Hey everyone, it's Sue here, and I'm working on this week's challenge from Nina Ribina's Facebook group, which I will link below. I showed you in the very beginning that I'm actually working on a child's wooden puzzle using one of the states. I'm using Texas. And I selected Texas because it was the biggest state. And I wanted something that was fairly a good size. So the first thing that I did was, because the top of it was a little bit shiny, I went ahead and I sanded it, and I'm showing you here that it is wood and it is fairly thick. And then I put gesso, white gesso, on top of it. Now these images I cut out of an In Style magazine, as well as this, which says Make It Happen. And that Make It Happen, I think, is from a Maybelline ad. I don't know, something like that. So I'm just, futzing around here, and I like the way that this looks. I love to collage. I love to take items that don't necessarily go together and put them together. That right there in my hand right now is grapes. It's a little bunch of grapes. And then this is like berries, little red berries. And of course there's that like purple flower behind there. And I just love this woman with that purple hat, and oh, she just looks amazing. So I'm going to get all these pieces down now, because now I have a good idea of where I want everything. And I'm using my Dina Wakley gel medium, and I have to get more. I'm almost done with it, so it's time to order some more. I do like that little bottle, but I think I have to get something a little bigger. I'll probably get the tube that she has, So anyway, okay, so here I am trying to figure out, I can never get things back the way that they were. I just can't. It's very difficult. You think, oh, I can do that. And then you try, and yeah, it just doesn't happen. So then I did have to pick her up just a little bit and get those berries down. And now I'm picking up the hat to get the grapes down. And this is a type of collaging that I totally enjoy doing, because it actually takes creativity. You wouldn't think it does, but you have to take the pieces that you select and get them in a way that really looks good to you, right? This little yellow piece, now in the magazine, I loved it because I really liked that it was a different color, and I liked the shape of it. And it was actually in the magazine if I think it was like a lotion of some sort that they just like squeezed out, and it looked so pretty. Except by the end of this, you will see that no longer exists. Because I think it looks like a worm. It didn't look like a worm before I put it on here. The more I look at it, I'm like, gosh, that looks like a worm. So I just cut all of the edges, just getting that shape of Texas back. And this, although I hate fussy cutting, like to cut out all these pieces, like I just want to do it like quick and get it done. But this, where I trim off the edges, I love that part of it, because you get to, it kind of like reveals what you're working on, right? And you saw me clean my scissors really well, because I didn't want to have any gel medium on them. And here I am just making sure that I have all the little edges down really good with the gel medium, and going over the top of all the pieces again as well. Now during this whole process, I do a lot of drying. So this is dried, and I like the way it looks, except for the worm. And now I'm just taking my sandpaper and just getting the edges. From trimming it, it wasn't perfect, and just by doing that, it took off like the extra stuff. And here are my extra fine Posca paint pens, and I got a little closer for you. I zoomed in a little bit. And I'm going to start outlining. So what I did was any of the images that are on top of other images, I outlined with white. Now obviously the rest of it is white, right? The rest of Texas right there is white. So, I figured using white around the images and to outline these grapes, and give them a little bit more definition would be a really good way to go. And I like the way that looks very, very much. So I'm just going to show you again where I'm at with all of the outlining so far. And now I'm going to work on this flower. So what I want to do is get some shimmer and some glitter and some sparkle to some of these images. So I pulled out my metallic jelly roll pens and I put some of the pink and purple down, and I was blending it in with the Q-tip. And it worked fine. I don't think it really did what I wanted it to do, because it kind of looked the same to me before and after, although it did look a little shiny, but the color didn't change. And now I'm taking a dark color jelly roll pen and going around the images where the background is white. So I have the white outlining and I have the black outlining, and I do like the way that looks. It helps, all the different images to pop off the page and to be individual pieces, if that makes any sense. All right, looking good. I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to work with this butterfly. It's a Tim Holtz butterfly, and I wish I had pulled it out earlier, because you're going to see here, I'm going to put it towards her back. And what I should have done, if I had it out earlier, I would have put the butterfly under her back so that the wings, like maybe 3/4 of the butterfly, would be sticking out her back, and it would look like she had wings. But I didn't think of it, so I'm going to put the butterfly up on her hat, and I like that as well. So next time I'll have to remember about the wings and, do that. And so I would have excluded everything else on that side, on the left side of her, if I had put the butterfly under her back. And it would have looked really sharp, except it's too late at this point, so... Oh well, there's always a next time. I'm just going to go ahead and outline the butterfly with the white. And I'm really happy with this so far. But we are not quite done. No. We got a ways to go. A little ways to go. So now, watch this. That little worm that I don't like, I took some white gesso. And it's there 1 second and gone the next. It's gone. I wiped it out. I'm like, I don't like this thing. I want it gone. It left a little bit of dimension there because, there is paper. So, but it's okay. It's fine. It works. Now I'm taking the Posca paint pen and I'm putting little dots to help define her coat a little bit. And just to give it some more interest. I'm all about the dots, as I'm sure most of you know. So I do like that very, very much. Now I'm taking this Deco Art Media liquid glass. And this is clear. And I'm just going to put it on a few of the images so it gives it a little bit of visual texture and it gives it shine as well. Now I had to open the top of it because my little nozzle doesn't work anymore. So, I'm actually getting it out with the paintbrush and it works very, very well. I think that it's really not even the nozzle. I think that it's so thick at this point that it just doesn't come out of the nozzle. So that's why I just use the paintbrush in it. So now here on her coat, that paint is all dry. I'm using Bo Bunny glitter paste, and it's a yellow color, and I like that. And now I'm going to give some more definition to her face. So I like that, right? I put pink there. Can I leave it? No, I have to touch it. So I kind of took off the pink, and then I'm like, well, maybe I want red. So I put red down. Could I leave it? No, I had to smear it with the Q-tip. Then I'm going to do her lips. Could I leave it the way it was? No, I'm going to smear it again. And now she looks like a clown. Oh my gosh, right? Because there's no taking that off. I mean, it's there. And now I want to define her eyes. More smearing. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, I like the way it looks. It was just funny. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, but it's okay. Oh my goodness. Now I'm taking a black Posca paint pen and doing some more defining around the edges with that. And I noticed some spots that I didn't get with the jelly roll pen. But now I'm back to the jelly roll pen, and I'm just going around all the edges again. Oh, gosh. Nope, sorry. Now we're going to do the jacket with that Bo Bunny glitter paste. It's good. It's really cool. You can't really see the glitter right now, but later with the photos and everything, I tried to get it to where you could definitely see it. And that paint, like I said, is dry at this point. So I'm able to go over. I dried this thing over and over and over and over again. So now on her hat, I definitely wanted that to have good sparkle. So I'm using the Martha Stewart coarse glitter that I got, I think, at Michael's on clearance years ago. And I had put a little bit too much on there. I didn't mind having a lot on there, but I didn't want it to be too much. And now for the berries, to give them a little bit more interest on the areas where there was like a little bit of a lighter color on the berries, I put the white Signo Uniball pen. And now I'm taking a silver Signo Uniball pen. My favorite pens. I love these pens. My black, I use the black the most, the white and the silver. They have such a beautiful shimmer and shine to them, and they just roll on so smoothly. I really enjoy using them. But I wanted to give these flowers a little bit more interest. So that's what I'm doing here. And I like to just doodle. I just love it. It's just fun. It's all fun stuff. All right. I am happy with that at this point. And I go ahead and dry it again. And now I am working on the quote. And of course it says, make it happen. And by the way, I actually have this at work. I took it to work, and it's hanging on my wall at my desk. And I just thought it was cool. I love the way that it came out, and I like that it says make it happen, because I'm starting a really huge project at work, and I thought, well, that will be my little mantra. Make it happen. So I'm just using the gel medium, and there's my ever wonderful little tweezers, and I'm getting it down really, really, really well. And I like it. And you just have to fool around with the placement of everything just to get it to where you like it visually. And I'm using the white to go around the quote. on top of the other images. So I'm doing the same thing that I did with the rest of the piece. Will it stay that way? Who knows? We'll have to see. And here's the black Posca. And right now I'm going over just where the background is white and outlining it. And now I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking. I lift it up, and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, what do I do? Do I leave it half white and half black? And of course the answer is no. So now I go over where I put the white on all the words. Like here, I'm like, do I leave it with the white around or do I do black? And I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm just going to do everything black. And now that I have the quote all outlined in black, I'm going to do like the faux stitching with the black Posca paint pen, because I want to define, the fact that it is a state. And at work, I showed it to somebody and I said, do you know what this is? And she goes, it's the state of Texas. So I'm like, yes, because I still wanted it to look like Texas, And here I'm just, beefing up the black outline on the right side of all of the words in the quote. And I thought that looked pretty cool. Then I'm just fixing up there with a little bit of the white gesso because I had some sort of a smudge going on up there. And I am done. Look at the glitter in her hat. Right? You can definitely see it. I don't know if you can see at this point the glitter on her coat. But just watch the pictures that are coming up. I have several pictures. And I did go ahead and add a key to the back of it so that I can hang it. And I'll show you the pictures. It's coming up. And I like it very, very, very much. So that's how I was able to hang it at work. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Oh, there's the key. You can see the top of it right there. Wait, it's going to show again. That's the key. I glued it on the back. I used a heavy gel medium to just glue it on the back, and I let it dry. Please go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe. Thank you all so much.